So much addicted to the fast dopamine that now everything else feels dull and boring. So I want to tell you my story. Even right now, when I'm filming this video, it feels boring. It's like slow paced and just boring, if you know what I mean. So it's all started like 4 years ago, maybe, and I had TikTok on my phone. So I was deleting a couple of times. I was having it a couple of times, but recently I had a TikTok on my phone. So let me go first to what I was the what fast. Dopamine was the most addicted to, the most like used to. So the first one that I got rid of the fastest is probably music, and music, then gaming, then scrolling, and yeah, junk food probably too. So I guess it's pretty much it. But let me start with the music. Every time. Okay, hold. Every time when I went somewhere, I always had my headphones on. I was always listening to music, and just how do I even describe that? I couldn't go nowhere without music. So my Spotify hours were insane. My Spotify minutes were insane. Stats were abnormous. There were way too many minutes I listened to music. Even when I was in school, right? I was on a lesson. I was still listening to music, bro. So I was listening to a teacher with one ear, and in another ear I had my headphone, my AirPods. So, and that wasn't, I guess that was the most pleasant experience to have, because it made me extremely drained. It made me extremely drained. So, but probably music was probably one of the easiest one to get rid of, because I really like silence. Really liked, because I understood music made me like drained, and music made me just drained, and that's it. Fucking annoying. So with music, I was always listening to music while doing something. I couldn't do anything without listening to music. So, for example, even when I was, for example, trading or wherever I did, going to the gym, I was always had my headphones on, always listening to music. So imagine you listen to music your whole day, and then when they get off, you just have to suffer with silence, and you know. But I just started like leaving my headphones at home and just listen to music while I'm at home, and then music just I just stopped listening to music. It was just pretty easy. I don't know why, but yeah. And after that comes you know sweet things, junk food, if you may call it that way. That one was pretty hard, junk food too, because I really liked, on Friday to have some chips and all of that stuff. But now, when I was a kid, I really liked candies and all of that. So at first months it was really hard, but then now I'm used to it. I'm just eating like natural sweet stuff like fruits and all of it. So I just replaced it with more natural stuff. And comes gaming. Gaming was pretty much also very easy one, because I just got bored even playing games. I don't know. I just didn't want to play. I just didn't want to play no more. So I just stopped somehow. It wasn't that hard just to stop gaming, because it took me a lot of time. I didn't want to waste my time so much, so I just stopped doing it. Well, it's cold and warm at the same time. And the next one's probably the TikTok shit. And it's not the TikTok itself that I was scrolling, but I really had this addiction to have some weeds saved, as in over watching them for like hours. So I could have like a weed, use it as like a music, and imagine myself in Edinburgh. that, that was that was really tough. So I only felt confident when I was when I was doing this TikTok shit, and when it's gone, I felt just like normal. So that's pretty much it. And now, I know music. I didn't listen to music like for maybe a year now. Games, I don't know, maybe a couple of months, maybe more. And this shitty TikTok, not scrolling itself, but imagining myself in in some edit or stuff. I don't know, maybe 2 weeks. So just and sweet stuff and junk food. I don't remember the last time I ate chips. Maybe also 3 months ago. And candies. I just candies. I don't really remember the last time eating candies. So what I want right now is just to eat healthy food. I want to eat. I really want to eat healthy foods. That's what I like striving for, and not like meat and all of that shit. So, and I just want to get used to a slow-paced life. Slow-paced. No. Slow dopamine, if you may, like slow dopamine. Yeah. So really, but right now life feels boring. I'm in nature. I'm in the forest, so I'm trying to heal somehow. I don't know if it's going to help, but I guess it's going to help. So yeah, it really ruined my life. When you're doing this, all of the stuff that you didn't deserve, fast dopamine, you think everything's going to be easy and everything's going to be fast, but that's not how the life works. If you want to achieve something great, you really need to rewire your brain to learn how to do slow-paced stuff, how to do hard stuff, and delayed gratitude. Gratitude, not delayed gratification. So that's the thing that we must master. Delayed gratification. First, it's going to be boring, then it's going to be more like you get the results. But now it's just boring. Like right now, it's just boring as fuck. So I guess it was pretty much that. So I have my books with Ali, and I just read them. I just love reading books. But even now, before I was reading books, and after each chapter, so I read the book maybe for 5 minutes, and then I was watching TikTok for 5 minutes. I read the chapter in one book once more. I was watching TikTok for 5 minutes. So I was like rewarding myself with TikTok, like scrolling through the book, but that's not how it may be done. You just need to get the pleasure from itself from reading the book without some additional reward. So that's how life feels right now. Slow pace, boring, and you need to be able to control what you intake in your life and what do you do with your life. You need to be real careful with your diet, with what information you take in, with how you get this information, and how you spend your hours, how you spend your life. So it's really very important to acknowledge, and so I hope somebody helped this with, and we need to learn slow pace things, that's for a fact, and just understand very well. Just understand that people like 100 years ago, they didn't do stuff that quick. Everything took time for them to get something great. So, but right now it's everything fast paced, and we getting hired to this fast paced life, and we must to adapt more to a slow paced, you know. We must adopt slow, more like a delayed gratification type shit. Fuck no. So yeah, that was it, you know. Like and subscribe. Now that feels like begging, you know. I don't know how they do it, like and subscribe, bro. That's insane. So look insane. You do whatever the fuck you want.